This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Ox Unbox. Finally, the Ox has come back. It's been a long time since I did a full episode of this. Welcome to Ox Unbox, the Halloween edition. There's going to be one more, probably Halloween short, as Halloween gets closer, because there's a couple caps coming that I did not receive yet, but this is still going to be the biggest, baddest ass lineup of caps of any Ox Unbox that you ever did see. Guarantee you that. The other two caps I got coming for the short, I'll make sure I run that out before Halloween. I didn't want to wait any longer, because I want to start wearing this shit. I want to start showing it every day. I didn't want to do that before I unbox some of it. So, to start off, just wanted to show you guys. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that shit. That's about like a 3-4 hour smoke. And what I'm going to do is I have a tradition on Halloween. I start a fire in my backyard and I sit there and I smoke a stove on Halloween. Kind of after the trick-or-treaters have dissipated as it gets dark and everything. This is the Asylum Ogre. The Asylum Ogre. Thought it fit with the Halloween theme. See the skulls there. Asylum. And I have another stove that also goes with the Halloween theme. These are like my favorite cigars. These is the Fat Bottom Betty cigar, as you can see there. The Fat Bottom Betty logo has the face that pretty much represents the Dia de los Muertos. I don't know if I said that right. Irish motherfucker trying to speak Spanish. Which is November 1st, the day after Halloween. It's like the Mexican Halloween, where it's the day of the dead, where they kind of honor the past souls of their family. I don't even know if I got that fucking right, but you know what I'm saying. So that's the Fat Bottom Betty. These are sweet cigars. Very sweet, little flavor there if you like that, which I do like every once in a while. I like different things. And before we get started with the hats, there's been a crazy lineup of hats. I want to show you what hat I'm wearing today. That is the Lubier pumpkin head. I think it's the pumpkin head, what we call it. Some people call it the candy corn, but I think it's the pumpkin head. It does have the candy corns on the inside, lining there. Got that candy corn jack-o'-lantern pin with the candy corns in his mount from Pinheads Pins. I'm going to show some Pinhead pins pretty soon. Different Halloween Pinhead pins. If you go on Pinhead Pins site, excluding new pins, caps, and charity pins, any other pins, any of these pins I'm showing you can get, use code ANTOX, ANTOX, all caps for 15% off on Pinheads Pins. And stay tuned for something massive and mega in early November that I'm cooking up with Bill from Pinheads Pins. We got an ill collab coming. Can't wait for that. Also got some Ox Veterans Day drops. A couple Veterans Day drops for shirts on my Redbubble page for Veterans Day in early November. That'll be dropping soon. A lot of excitement coming up there. You see here, this is the Jack Scallyngton Ox Jack Scallyngton shirt. Jack Scallyngton's that Halloween character that's come and wreaked havoc on the Ox world. Cut the heads off the ant and the ox on another shirt. 4 different killer designs. The Jack Scallyngton, and I'll show you guys right now, the Jack Scallyngton whiskey by Ox Distillery with the Jack Daniels whiskey logo. That one has almost become my bestseller. The Jaws and the Oktoberfest on my best sellers. This is close second, tied with the St. Patrick's Day one. Jack Scallyngton Whiskey by Anna's Distillery, very good seller. Pick that up on my Redbubble shop. I'll put the link in the description. Again, many styles, sizes, and colors always available with that. You can get hoodies, long sleeves, tanks, different style tees. Cop this one, man. How could you not? Straight out of Salem. That's the Jack Scallyngton, straight out of Salem. The chainsaw. He's got the Jason tattoo. Let's go, baby. For the hats, as you can see in the background here, I got that Crystal Skull Agave Vodka, baby. I did show this once before on my motorcycle edition, but again, it's good stuff. I'm going to take a shot here for you guys. Thought this would go really well, again, with the Halloween edition. My little Halloween ensemble here. So, in my fraternity shot glass from college, just launch a... Not really a big straight vodka guy. Much more the straight whiskey guy. So before I actually unbox caps, I want to introduce you to the real life Jack Scallyngton here that I picked up from the pumpkin farm. Stuck a scally on him with a cigar in his mouth. Let's go to, and I want to show you guys a couple more Loubiers that I have. Now, Daniel Loubier, those of you who don't know, he actually writes horror books. He's an author, and he also designs scally caps. So he's a scally cap mafia guy. Mad scientist when it comes to the caps. Made some of the greatest caps of all time, in my opinion. I've been lucky enough to have gotten the opportunity to get some of these. I also found this. This is a Goodfellow flannel, which is actually the exact fabric it looks like that he used for this cap. And I found the shirt, and it's like an exact match. Almost like a freaking funky brims Tails collab. And I kind of did it by accident, so it worked out. Again, it's not like you can just go buy these caps. I suggest you go on Scally Cap Mafia, search his name, see if he hasn't done anything in a little while. But I won one in an auction. I've got 4 of them now, and then 3 of them are full, in my opinion, full style ones. This one, I got these sneaker acrylic boxes from Amazon. They're not that much money going Amazon. Sneaker acrylic boxes, you snap them together. This is what I keep my Loubiers in my basement. I got 4 different ones for each Loubier. So special that I put them in these cases. Again, if you go on Scally Cap Mafia, search his name, go on those buy-sell trades. You just got to get lucky. Find somebody who's selling one in your size. People do offer them. They do sell them because they make good money on them. I got lucky. I got this one here from Jason Raymer. We got the Jason Raymer. We did a little bit of a purchase and a little bit of barter. So with this purchase of this cap, I sent him a free Ox Bronx shirt because he's a Yankee fan. So again, the Ox shirts, they work with the barter system as well. I've sold a lot of them, but I've also bartered them with a couple people. Sent them one for other things, so I could work the barter system for the Ox shirts too, remember that. This is the skull. This is one of my top Grail Scally caps. I just call it the Loubier skull. Inside you got like a dark forest. So insane. I'm not sure what the official name is, but I call it the Loubier skulls. Amazing cap. One of maybe my favorite, right up there with my Hannah Notre Dame cap. This cap, I mean, he's probably got 3 of my top 5 favorite caps of all time. And that's that Loubier skull. It is a duckbill. I know some of y'all don't rock duckbills, but this thing is insane. Let me tell you that right now. You got the profile, skulls for this time of year. And then I showed this the other day when I went pumpkin picking. This is the Loubier Harvest. You got the inner liner with the leaves. Look at that cap. I mean, is that beautiful? I took a picture of it by the corn stalks at the farm. So awesome. People hate when I wear things backwards, but this one's a little bit big. But I still can rock it, as you can see. But when it gets a little big, like out on the farm, it was windy, so I want to throw it backwards so it wouldn't blow off. And backwards, it looks dope too because of that pattern there. Again, I don't do everything backwards, but this one I like backwards. But again, such a dope cat. Search him on the Scally Cat Mafia. See if he's running any kind of new auction or anything. I think the last one he did was maybe the Mick Luby. Then maybe he did a breast cancer awareness one that was auctioned off. So big ups Daniel Lubier, king in this game. Again, I got one of these acrylic sneaker things for each one of my Lubiers, but I only took one box up to show you guys. So let's go. Start unboxing the caps. First one I want to show you guys, in the same vein as of a custom like a Lubier, is that Pinhead Pins JMW Hats collab, the Reaper. And big ups to Jason Wigger, big ups to Bill Zavoda, is that how you spell your last name? How you pronounce your last name? For this cap. This cap is so dope. I'm just now getting more into the Gatsby looking caps, the more rounded ones. I don't like puffy Boston Scally 8 panels. I do rock a lot of them, but they're not my preferred. But this falls into that range of where I'm expanding my range to now. Love the way this cap fits. Love the way it sits. The Reaper. Jason Wigger also made me my custom Ox Unbox cap with the Ox Unbox logo sublimated on top of that flat cap. This is the collab he did with Pinhead Pins. 58 centimeter here. I think Bill's still got a few more left. So if you want to contact Bill, go on the Pinheads Pins site. I think there's a few more of these left. The Reaper. Such a dope cap. See the inside. And you got the Grim Reaper there. See, this is Grim Reaper there on the inside. So awesome. And of course, the Reaper pin from Pinheads Pins to go with it. Comes with the cap. I got an extra one too. They sell it separately as well. So let me rock this the rest of the way. So for Boston Scally, and I got a few more cool cats here. For Boston Scally, I actually passed on every single one of their Halloween releases this year. But I did get two, because I got two re-releases. So I passed on the Scarecrow. I wasn't down with the stitching too much. I know a lot of you guys rock it that are like punk rock and everything like that, and it looks really good. Some of you guys really rock that. Not too much my style. Passed on the Nightmare 5. Horror's not really my thing. If I was a huge Michael Myers fan, I would have gotten it anyway, but I didn't like the look of the cap. Still don't like the look of it. I thought the inside was dope. I thought the inner bill was dope. There's something was a strike and miss on top. Looked like the captain. I passed on the Halloween Houndstooth. I originally thought it was red, looked more orange, did look better on people, but I passed on it. It didn't really wow me. I think there was another one in there I passed on as well, if I can't recall, but I passed on like 3 or 4 of the new ones, and I picked up some of the re-releases. So this one I've been eyeing for a very long time, and this is the Halloween Rose. I think this is now my 5th rose in my collection. Not huge on the roses, but those colors on the Halloween Rose, and I got the Halloween Skull Pin. Colors on the Halloween Rose are just amazing to me. So that's why I was eyeing this up. It's funny because I was talking to Jason Raymer about getting that Lubier skulls. He was asking what ones I was in search for, man, and I said the Halloween Rose, the Ghost Head, and the Blue Ice Keeper. I've copped all 3 of those since then. Blue Ice Keeper, stay tuned on a future short. And then they re-released this and the Ghost Head. So again, haven't spoken of the Ghost Head. Up now to the Ghost Head. And the thing about these Halloween hats, all of them that I'm showing here, they can be worn all year round. You know, they can be worn all year round. The inners, I guess, are Halloween, but this can be worn all year round. And what I'm going to do with this one, actually, let me put the Ghost Head on. I'm sorry, the Halloween Rose on. Show that. Look at that. Love that cap. Love that color. Something about that color, man. It's beautiful. And then the Ghost Head. Almost like the Lubier skulls. The black in the front. But you got that plaid that runs under the brim as well. for the ghost head. And I have this Dixon Cruiser. You know, I love those flannel cruisers. Got this Dixon Cruiser, which is going to go with that ghost head. And that's an outfit right there for all year round, really. Which is what I'm talking about. As far as these caps, even this Reaper cap, all year round cap. Obviously you get more wear this time of year. So, now, I'll do one more cap unbox, but first, got the box here. I want to unbox something very special, and that is the Ox Demented Ones collab. For you guys that are on the Bearded Scallywags group or the Demented Ones group, check out the Demented Show. It's such an awesome show. Todd Swish is going to be on tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I was on the full premiere of it, and since then he always has like, you know, beard oil makers. Ryan from Peaky Hat was on there. Chris Lott from Funky Brims was on there. Todd Swisher is going to drop the Raven on there, and I can't wait for that cap. Also can go with the Pinheads Pins Raven cap, that pin that just dropped. Todd Swish is going to be on there tomorrow night, 8:30, Scallywag Network. Check that out. Awesome show. The Demented Ones is the spin-off of Bearded Scallywags, the more horror-oriented group. Join that group, the Demented Ones, Sean Madigan, D.L. Walker, Debbie Gomez, Melissa, Halsey. Good shit. The Demented Ones collab right there. Big up to Sean Madigan. This collab, I designed it. He threw it up on his page. BeardedScallywags.com under the fall collection. Go cop this one. You got the ant as Freddy Krueger, the ox as Jason, skull in the background, Demented Ones, and it goes great with the Demented Show cap. I copped that Demented Show cap. Copped the Demented Ones and Ox collab, and you know I'm gonna be rocking this. I'm gonna be rocking that with that Anox Demented Ones collab t-shirt again. BeardedScallywags.com under the fall collection. Ox Unbox, baby. Crush it. Subscribe to the Scallywag Network. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And finally, we're going to go unbox Funky Brims. So today we had Boston Scally, we had JMW Hats, we had Bearded Scallywags and Ox gear, we had Daniel Lubier, and now we got the Chris Lott special Funky Brims. And what I got, I know a lot of shit has dropped. You know I had to go with that Hales collab. The Funky Brims Hales collab, the Slasher Freddy Krueger collab. Came with an awesome dust bag as well. I got a Funky Brims dust bag. And also comes with that Freddy Krueger Slasher pin. The Hales collab. Funky Brims. I got the leather one, the leather flat. And again, a leather flat can be worn all time of the year. That's that plaid on the inner brim that matches the plaid on the Hales. You can see that. You get that Hales flannel that's matching. And just throw that on there. That is so dope. That is so sick. Leather flat cap. I don't really have a leather flat cap, right? I have the Scrapyard Brown, which is an 8-panel. I got the leather flat cap with the skull on it, but I wear that. That's a backwards wearing one for the motorcycle that I showed on my motorcycle edition. And then I had the Harley Davidsons and not leather caps that I got. And then I have the Hot Leather skull caps, not leather. And I have the Voboom Amazon leather cap, but that's a 6-panel, that's a duckbill. This is my first leather flat cap that I could wear frontwards. with the Freddy Krueger theme to it. Not a huge horror guy, like I said, but man, this Halloween has been sick. It's almost been like St. Patrick's Day with all these drops. And thinking from, you know, the few that I passed up on. So, the cap that I got coming for my Ox Unbox Short Halloween edition is the Boosted Brim Scarecrow. Stay tuned for that. Chris Boosted, the man. I might be collabing with him soon on some. I was in talks with him of a collab. Ryan from Peaky Hat, I mentioned briefly a collab. I might be collabing with Scally Cat Pin Syndicate. And again, stay tuned for that Pinhead Pins collab. And Ox, all caps, no spaces, 15% off. We're dropping some bomb shit early November. A bomb Pinheads Pin and Ox collab. Gonna drop a shirt with it. And also gonna have some crazy Veterans Day drops on my Redbubble shop. And Ox Unbox Designs. Appreciate everybody's support. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I get most of my traction. At ant_queens with a Z _hard knocks instead of OCKS at the end. It's OCHS at the end, baby. So again, thank you very much. Enjoy your Halloween. If you're trick-or-treating, enjoy it. If you're going out and shaving cream and egging like the old school days, like the Ant and the Ox, enjoy it. I'll be up in Salem. On Halloween. Probably going to have to park a few train stops away just to even get there. So I'll put up posts, I'll put up pics, I'll put up video of all the shenanigans I get into in Salem. Hitting the Notre Dame Irish versus Boston Scally. Notre Dame Irish versus Boston College game at Boston College on November 1st. I'll be there. I'll be rocking a Scally there. I'll be rocking some Ox gear there. The Ox Notre Dame sweatshirt that I got. And I'm going to stop by a very special spot on November 2nd to do the first episode of a new Ox series. So stay tuned for that. A lot of big things coming up, guys. One thing I did forget is to show the Pinheads Pins. Again, we got the Reaper, which I showed on the JMW Hats Pinheads Pins collab cap. The Reaper. They got that one. I'll save my favorite for the last. These are all mostly Halloween themed. Got the Lucky 7 with the devil on it. Big ups to Bill, who sent me these to promote. Got the zombie there with the Scally cap on. Again, Antox, capital ANTOX, no spaces. That's the code ANTOX, 15% off all these pins that I'm showing you right now on the Pinheads Pin site. If you go on there, there's the skeleton with the Scally on the motorcycle with the pumpkins. We got that one right there, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The serum in the middle, that's dope. Got the mummy. That's awesome as well. All Pinheads pins here. Frankenstein, I don't know. He said he was running out of Frankenstein. But there's Frankenstein. But when I last saw him on the Demented Show, he said he was running out of Frankenstein. We got this one's not Halloween related, but the Buck Cancer one. That's a charity pin, so the code won't work on that. Mothman, look at that. That's awesome. The Mothman. And my favorite, this one actually... then this is the candy corn one that I showed you earlier, actually, on this cap. I got another one here. The candy corn's in his mouth. There's my favorite. Jack-O-Nade, which is the jack-o'-lantern that's actually a grenade. This one glows in the dark. So, very cool Jack-O-Nade pin. Again, use the Anox code. Pinheads Pins. Peace out.